Hey lambs, this is True Keezy on behalf of FamilySurvivors.com, which is a subsidiary of True Keezy Joint Networks. No music today. I rushed into this. Now what we of course believe in is 81% solutions. That means of all the text or of all the video footage or inches or whatever it is, 81% of it should be about the solution and only 19% about the problem. So if you're listening to video scopes that talk about the threat and the problem, if you spend 1 hour listening to video scopes or reading text about the problem or discussing it, then you ought to spend 4 times that much in hearing or reading about the solution. That's 81% solutions. The LDS system The LDS system is called the Mormon system of long-term food storage. This is what happens when you rush into something. Never hurry. That's a slogan of the Amish, I've been told. Do not ever, hurrying is a sin. So the LDS system of long-term food storage is the best ever known to mankind, if I'm not mistaken. The walrus, which I didn't include in today's video scope because I was hurrying, the walrus stores his food in the form of blubber. Walruses have loads of, they're half blubber in one season of the year, then they burn it off come summer. I think they have a lot of really loose skin they drag around where they used to hold in the blubber. The skin doesn't shrink when the blubber gets lost. Now they have all this loose skin in the summertime. But what the lesson of the walrus is, they are insulated from the cold by all that blubber, which is also their nutrition. They live off the blubber. So it's their food storage. So if you're designing a new house, or if you know someone who is, you can use your food storage, you can build it into the wall as part of the insulation for the house. Just an idea I had last night. Quite likely others have had the same idea, but the shots I've seen of food storage, most of it's not used that way. But it could be. It would be efficient to use it that way. Now, before we store bulk food, like big cans of food, big sacks or whatever, for long-term food storage, in the LDS system, and the best advice I believe too is store water. Down on the Family Survivors website, even on the landing page, I think, or index page, we have links where you can get 50-gallon or any size you want of water storage barrels and jugs. If you're storing water, it should have some preservative in it, and what's recommended is chlorine. I wouldn't drink water with chlorine in it. I use distilled water, and if I can, I get the reverse osmosis water. But that's not long-term storage. Long-term storage, you've got to have the chlorine in there, but don't get the scented chlorine. Get the scentless. It's sensible to get scentless. It's not senseless. It's sensible to get scentless chlorine and put it in your 50-gallon barrel or in your 2.5-gallon jug. Then once you have a 3-month supply of water, you can figure out how much water you're using for washing dishes, baths, even irrigation. If you're growing a vegetable garden in a place that requires irrigation. Once you have a three-month supply, then the next thing you use your money for is when you do your regular shopping and you get something that has a shelf, it's not perishable, it's not produce or meat. It's not fresh meat. Canned meat is something, that's what I'm talking about. If it's canned or if it's dried, something that has a shelf life, get extra and start storing your extra little by little. Build it up little by little. Unless you're rich, then you can do it all at once. Then you can jump straight to the bulk food. But store it up little by little, and until you have 3 months supply. Then you go to your long-term bulk food storage. Now the Mormons, or the LDS as they prefer to be called, have it all together for bulk food. Some of it's even organically grown, and they're working on non-GMO. There's a demand for non-GMO, and by the time you hear this, there might even be some available. But we've got at FamilySurvivors.com, we have a list of the food storage centers where you can go in and buy number 10 cans sealed with the food sealed in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers inside of them that have a tremendous shelf life. Unfortunately, I forgot to memorize that shelf life. I should put it on the website for you. But I think it's like, I don't want to say it, it'll be an error if I try to do it from memory. But it's a very long shelf life. And if there's a center near you, I recommend you go in after you have your 3-month supply of water, your 3-month supply of the foods that you regularly buy, those two things, then you go to your food storage center if there's one near you. But if there's not, we've got a link on the website. We have a link to their online store. Now the online store costs a little bit more, but it has free shipping anywhere in the United States of America. And here is the link for our list. This is the list of where all the canning centers are. And if you go to this page, you'll see links to other pages that tell you about other phases of food storage. Plus there are links on that page for freeze-dried food, survival kits and things like that. But this tells you the phone number, the address, and we're working on getting all the hours up for every, and it's been updated within the last week. So that's where you go to. Thanks for stopping by, lambs. Till next time.